Hello, my name is Kelly Giovanello. I'm a professor in the Department of Psychology and Neuroscience and serve as director for the neuroscience curriculum here at UNC Chapel Hill and the College of Arts and Sciences. My own research combines behavioral, patient-based, and functional neuroimaging approaches to investigate how people learn new information and remember their past experiences. My students and I examine the cognitive and neural processes mediating memory in young adults and specify how those processes change in normal aging and neurodegenerative disease, specifically Alzheimer's disease. I also teach both graduate and undergraduate level neuroscience courses. At the undergraduate level, my courses include the neurobiology of aging and cognitive neuroscience.
Hi, future Tar Heels. My name is Kira Griffith, and I am a senior from St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, and I'm majoring in neuroscience and minoring in chemistry and music.
Hi, my name is Yolanda Simpson. I'm from Hillsborough, North Carolina, and a junior at UNC, double majoring in biochemistry and neuroscience.
Hi, my name is Lauren Gullett, and I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I graduated this past May as part of the class of 2020. I was a neuroscience major, and I declared the major the beginning of my junior year, which I believe it opened, the major started pretty recently before that. So I think I was either one of the first couple of classes to graduate from the major.
The study of neuroscience embodies the liberal arts experience because it draws on findings and techniques across several academic disciplines. The interdisciplinary Carolina neuroscience major consists of courses from several departments, including biology, chemistry, computer science, mathematics, exercise and sports science, physics, psychology and neuroscience, and statistics and operations research.
I really enjoyed the major because it was so interdisciplinary. I took classes in so many different departments outside of psychology and neuroscience, but I also think they all came together to help give me sort of a basic understanding of the major and of the department and of neuroscience in general. And I really liked that about the department because I sort of jumped around from major to major a little bit before that, and I couldn't really figure out what I was specifically interested in. And then I realized that I just had so many different interests. So I wanted to be able to continue taking classes in a variety of departments when I had declared my final major. And so on top of the cool neuroscience and psychology classes that I was able to take, I also took classes in exercise and sports science, in biology, in physics, and so many different departments. And I really, really liked that.
I chose to major in neuroscience because I am absolutely fascinated by the brain. And I love learning about the concepts of neuroplasticity and cognitive development. At UNC, you'll find that many neuroscience courses overlap with chemistry courses, and so you'll have the chance to understand the connection between the two topics.
The neuroscience major is open to all undergraduate students. Students are required to complete 23 core and required courses, as well as 4 elective courses, totaling 76 credit hours. Example knowledge electives include neuropsychopharmacology, functional neuroanatomy, and principles of brain circuits. Example math, methods, and statistics electives include cellular electrophysiology lab, neurotechnology, and molecular imaging of the brain lab. Extensive analytical and communication skills are acquired through the neuroscience major, including data analytic techniques, project management, communication, computer and technical skills, writing, leadership, problem solving, and critical thinking. In terms of acquiring discipline knowledge, the student level education objectives that are met by the neuroscience major include a mastery of nervous system anatomy to understand the relations between structure and function, an examination of neural networks that mediate cognition and behavior throughout the lifespan, a consideration of complex disorders of the central and peripheral nervous systems, and how the study of neuroscience might contribute to their understanding and treatment. Exposure to several neuroscience methods and techniques that are used in modern neuroscience research, and understanding the impact of individual differences on neural processes and its relation to individualized medicine. We encourage our students to participate in laboratory research. Neuroscience majors may participate in research in 4 different capacities. The first is to volunteer. The second is to enroll in independent study credit from 1 to 3 credits per semester up to 2 semesters. The third, as seniors, you may enroll in the Neuroscience Honors Thesis Program. And finally, the Department of Psychology and Neuroscience offers neuroscience majors the opportunity to participate in the Gill internship. The Gill internship affords students course credit as well as payment for working at their neuroscience internships each week.
CSS encourages all students to get involved in research as soon as possible. And so in the fall of my sophomore year, I joined the Department of Psychology and Neuroscience in the Hopfinger Lab. And this lab uses EEG and fMRI to better understand the underlying mechanisms of attention. Right now, I'm preparing my senior honors thesis presentation on the effect of different music styles on the brain. So I'll specifically be comparing the effect of reggae music to classical music on our attention.
So despite double majoring, my research predominantly lies in neuroscience, though it does have some foundations in chemistry. So mostly what we do is we work with mice models. I work at the Bowles Center for Alcohol Research, and the main project that I've been working on is looking at fear expression in 2 different types of mice. So we have our wild type mice, which we breed and then use directly, and then we have our gene knockout mice. And so we've knocked out a gene in these mice that we hypothesize codes in fear and anxiety. And what we hope to see is that when each of these groups are introduced to fear-inducing stimuli, the knockout mice don't have as intense of a reaction. And specifically what we're doing is we're introducing them to a shock and a tone, and we're pairing them together. So when we introduce the tone without the shock, we expect to see the mice to freeze. So in the knockout mice, since the fear response is freezing, we're expecting to see less freezing in them when we play the tone without the shock. Since we are working with mice models, we do have to, and it's a neuroscience lab, we're looking at expression in their brain. So we do harvest the mice, and then we slice the brain tissue, we stain them using immunohistochemistry techniques, and then we look at expression in different neurotransmitters in the brain. My lab looks a lot at serotonin expression, and so that's mainly what we stain for. And then we can use these different techniques all together to make sure that we've correctly knocked out the gene, look at different levels of expression, and then make hypotheses based on behavioral scoring and the physical evidence from the brain tissue.
The skills that I learned in the classroom also directly apply to concepts that I learned outside of the classroom. And I've been able to leverage this knowledge in my summer internships, delivering presentations at research conferences, such as the annual Biomedical Research Conference for minority students, and also when I conducted research at Johns Hopkins University, where we were exploring the genetic underpinnings of autism spectrum disorders.
We also encourage our students to study abroad. Professor Rachel Kenton has developed a neuropharmacology course to be taught in Australia in, we hope, the near future.
I also had the chance to travel abroad, and through UNC's Global Brigades program, I was able to practice my Spanish speaking skills and conduct medical volunteer work in Honduras. And there we were able to serve 3 local families by organizing donated medical supplies and treating dozens of those families.
And finally, there are several neuroscience-related clubs on our campus. The Carolina Neuroscience Club was formed in 2009 and has more than 100 members. The club meets each Monday evening and has a 4-week format. The weeks entail reading peer-reviewed articles, hearing a guest speaker, understanding and learning about specific neuroscience techniques, and hearing from graduate school and medical school panels. We also have a chapter of the International Journal of Undergraduate Neuroscience called Impulse. Neuroscience majors are encouraged to serve as peer reviewers for this international neuroscience journal. It provides valuable experience, and we hope that many of our neuroscience majors submit their research for publication in this journal. And finally, UNC Chapel Hill is a member of the Triangle chapter of the Society for Neuroscience. The Triangle chapter holds an annual meeting each spring, and we strongly encourage our neuroscience majors to present their research in the form of a scientific poster. The neuroscience curriculum affords our undergraduate neuroscience majors the foundational knowledge and exposure to pursue both careers and postgraduate studies in fields related to human development and aging, health and disease, rehabilitation, biomedical research, and human-machine interactions, as well as other emerging fields. The neuroscience major satisfies pre-med and STEM graduate school requirements and serves as a solid foundation for any STEM-related career.
After I graduated, I began working as a post-baccalaureate research fellow at the NIH, and I do social determinants of health research. It's epidemiology research, which I really, really like because, like my time at UNC doing classwork and research in so many different areas, I'm doing the same thing now. So it's public health research, but I'm also doing work related to psychology, related to sociology, related to neuroscience, and related to biology. So many different, areas come together to create public health, which is why I got so attracted to public health, and is why I want to pursue a career in public health, in research and practice.
Recently, I received my first acceptance into medical school, and I plan to pursue interventional neurology.
So I'm really excited, and I'm really grateful that I chose to do a neuroscience major, because not only can you go through neuroscience and stick with neuroscience, on like more of a traditional path, you can also take neuroscience and psychology and do so much more with it. For me, I'm interested in like mental health and public health research, so I really liked that I could do that and use my neuroscience background in what I'm doing right now.
CSS has afforded me many opportunities to connect with students who are equally as fascinated about the brain as I am. And they've also helped me expand my professional network so that I can continue to build on relationships with research mentors who will guide me as I continue my medical career and journey.
Thank you guys for listening to my little spiel. Congrats on making it to selection weekend this year, and I hope to see you all next year.